everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Casca and I like to make things. In today's video I'll be making a DC Bombshells Ratcatcher 2 cosplay. I've been wanting to do a 1940s style outfit for a while now, and I also really wanted to do a cosplay. Then I realised I can do both in one outfit. DC Bombshells started off as a line of figurines. The concept for the 1940s style figures was originally developed by the DC Direct Design Group, and the initial drawings done by Brian Walters. The reimaginings of the classic female DC characters were fleshed out by artist Aunt Lucia, and one of the big inspirations for the characters was the nose art found on World War II era bombers. The statues went on sale in 2013, and later there were a number of variant covers and their own standalone comics. Now that I had an idea of the kind of thing I wanted to do, I had to think of a character to cosplay. I didn't want to do somebody who'd been done loads of times. I wanted to have a bit more freedom to do my own thing and experiment a bit. I recently saw the DCEU's latest film and really enjoyed it. So much better than the first one. And I loved the character of Ratcatcher too. I thought doing a Bombshells version of her could be really fun and a nice challenge. I like the idea of her travelling around Europe, helping the war effort with her unique talents. Then Amanda Waller finds her and recruits her. The character was designed for the film, so there wasn't any comic book art I could work from. What I decided to do was use the outfit of the original Ratcatcher as inspiration. Going off the original Ratcatcher's outfit, I had some good stuff to work with to make it more 1940s. I wanted to go for a military theme because I thought that would fit quite well. The character already had a gas mask, the boot covers could easily be turned into military style Gators, and hooded trench coats were a thing during World War II. This was basically what I was thinking of. I had a lot of work to do, and as usual I didn't give myself a lot of time. This is going to be a bit more of a bloggy video than usual, just because if I include everything then this video will be hours long. So let's get started. I decided to do the coat first because I figured it would be reasonably straightforward. I made sure to get plenty of fabric this time, so no playing Tetris. I cut my pattern pieces out of both the fashion fabric and a lining. Okay, so I've got all my pattern pieces cut out. I have had to make some changes though, because the pattern that I'm using is more of a modern pattern. I couldn't actually find any patterns for 1940s trench coats that weren't super expensive. So the changes I've made are this one had some yoke pieces on the front and the back, and I can't find any examples of like 1940s military trench coats that have got those pieces on. And the other thing is with the sleeves. When I was looking at the pattern and cutting it out, I quickly realised, hang on a minute, this sleeve pattern has got seams that run all the way along the length of the sleeve. And I've never seen an example of a trench coat, just in general, not even 1940s, like that has got a seam running down the outside of the sleeve. So what I have done is this. Basically I've taped the two sleeve halves together, and then I've just got a little opening here which is going to have like just a little seam on the shoulder. So I have done something similar to this before when I was doing my mock-up for my cape, so fingers crossed this should work. Okay, so this is where we are up to with the trench coat. As you can see, we've got the main body of it, we've got sleeves, we also have pockets, and I've done the lining. Things that I have to do are the collar, there's a facing piece and some bits that go around the cuffs. I'm thinking I'm not going to bother hemming around the bottom because the jacket that Ratcatcher wears, like I'm kind of going off like the Arkham Knight Ratcatcher. That jacket is really tattered and old, especially around the bottom. It's all ripped, and I kind of want to try and do something like that. So there's no point in me wasting time hemming a coat that's just going to get shredded and stuff anyway. So next on the agenda is probably going to be the facing piece, and then I'm going to do the collar, I think. And I have also made the belt. So this will be handy for getting some actual shaping, because right now it's a little bit shapeless, but it helps to cinch it in a little bit with the belt. For now though, I have run out of green cotton, so I'm going to have to wait until tomorrow when I can nip to the shop and get some more, because I'm not going out now because it's chucking it down, and I'm using, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm having to use lights because it's so dark. So yeah, not going out in that. Okay, so it's a pyjama day today because it's freezing cold and these are really comfy. But anyway, this also means because it's all stormy outside and I can't be bothered going to the shop and getting some green cotton, I'll do it tomorrow. In the meantime, I can work on the shorts and the shirt. I did get this fabric. It's not exactly what I wanted. It's a twill weave, which is what I wanted, but it's kind of weirdly shiny and the drape on it isn't right. Like, this is the sort of thing that I'd think would work great for a dress, but not as much for shorts and a t-shirt. It's just a little bit too wibbly, if that makes any sense. It's not structured enough. It's all I've got though, so I'm going to try making them. The most important thing is going to be if they'll hold like a good pressed seam, because like the shorts will want like that nice crisp seam down the front. So we'll see if it works. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to go on a search for some different fabric. I laid out my pattern pieces for the shorts and shirt. I then cut everything out. I started with the shorts because I've made them before and know what I'm doing. Okay, so this is what we've got. We've got this front panel here, which needs to be ironed, and we've got the pocket. And what happens is the pocket is folded in half, so you've got this little bit sticking out here, and it's attached to the shorts like that. So then you've got this little slit in the side here for your pocket. I'll do a proper video on making these shorts at some point. I've made them a few times now and they're quite nice. So we have shorts. There's a few little beard wrinkles here and there, but hopefully they'll go once I've ironed them. I just properly stabbed myself with the pin. Hopefully they will go once I've ironed them, and also once I've got the buttons in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have one set on this side that are going to be fake, so it's going to be sewn shut, and then have 3 buttons down that are just sewn on for decoration, and then this side's going to have actual buttons that properly close. But yeah, they're not too bad. I've got to flip down this bit of waistband and sew that down. But yeah, they're not too bad. I'm not entirely sure why I'm getting this little bit of weird wrinkling here. I suspect it's because of the felled seam, because I've never done a felled seam on this pattern before. I'm also getting just a little bit of pulling around here, and I didn't get that when I was doing it with just cotton, so I'm wondering if it's to do with the material. Nobody's going to notice though, and I'm going to be wearing a coat over it. You're only going to really see the front anyway, so it doesn't matter. I stitched together all my pattern pieces for the shirt. It went together pretty well, apart from some funniness with the collar not sitting flat. I'm pretty sure that's just because of the fabric. We've got floor trolling, but I think we need a term for hunched over a sewing machine with your hood up, because I seem to do it a lot. Also, I fixed my Singer sewing machine. I can now actually do slow motion sewing. For the Gators, I used some advice from Shannon Makes and made my pattern by wrapping my leg in cling film and then masking tape. I used this pattern to first make a mock-up and then cut my pattern out of some canvas. I used a jumper I got from a charity shop for the lining and used a combination of eyelets and hooks to close them. Okay, so with the bulk of the costume done, I've now got to move on to accessories. One of them being a gas mask. I did a lot of research looking for gas masks that were around in World War II and had a kind of ratty look to them, if that makes sense. The obvious choice would be one of the Russian gas masks because they're readily available and really cheap on eBay. But they didn't really match what I wanted. Looking at my reference material, like pictures of the original Ratcatcher, his gas mask didn't go the whole way over his head. I'd also quite like to do like a 1940s hairstyle, and that's not going to work at all if I've got something that's covering my entire head. It's just going to make things very, very awkward doing shots with the gas mask and without. So I found a French gas mask. I think this works quite well. It's got kind of a ratty appearance to it. It's from the 30s, Now, I could make life very, very easy for myself and just wear this, but nah, I don't know. I don't like the look of it. Like, it needs a very, very good clean, and I don't really trust it. I don't want to put this on my face. But what I can do is I can use this as a reference point to make my own out of some of the canvas that I've got. I'm pretty sure I've seen some pictures of fabric gas masks, so it's not completely out there. But either way, this is just for a costume, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be airtight or anything like that. So I'm going to be using some of the canvas that I used for the Gators to make it with. And then there's things like the little eye bits and this bit, which I'm going to have to fabricate. I went on a little hunt today and I found this, which this is a rubbish chopping board from a pound shop, and I cut a big chunk out of it to make two little eyepieces. I have also got myself a phone screen protector, and I'm going to cut some little rings and sandwich that in there. Then these, well actually no, first these are going to be painted silver. They are a little bit raggy. I tried sanding them, but it just didn't want to happen, so I'm thinking I might have to melt the inside of this and a bit on the outside as well, just to smooth it out a little bit. For this bit, I got these. This is a plastic Mortise knob set, but this bit here I thought could work quite well for this bit. It's only about 1 centimetre shorter. And then these little door stops for this. So the whole thing is going to be maybe 1 centimetre smaller than the actual gas mask, but that's fine. I've got a tiny head anyway, so ideally I'll want the whole thing to be a little bit smaller. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the paint to dry for the parts of the gas mask, there's basically nothing I can do on that for the rest of today now. I am going to make a little pouch for my little friend. In the film, Ratcatcher 2 does have a little pouch for her little ratty friend, so I'm going to do the same. I ideally wanted to get a realistic looking rat, but there was just nothing that was affordable online, so I had a choice between getting like a Halloween prop rat and painting it to try and make it look a bit more realistic, or just going for something that was really cute, and I decided to just go for something really cute. I thought I'd recorded myself making the pouch, but I got confused at some point and hit record when I wasn't doing anything and stop when I was sewing. I was very tired. Here I'm making a prop for the device that calls the rats. I have So Bias to thank for the idea of retrofitting an Airae warden lantern for it, and I loved that idea. After making the lantern, I only had a few accessories to paint and then I was done. I ended up not being able to use the gas mask I made though, because the glue just wouldn't stick to it. I gave the proper one a very, very good clean before wearing it. I'm legit really happy with how this turned out, especially considering I did this over a period of 2 weeks and the fabric for the shirt and the shorts wasn't what I wanted. The thing that I am most pleased with, I think, is the coat. Like, my original plan was to have it like Ratcatcher in the comics and have it all tattered and dirty on the bottom, but after I'd made it I was like, I really like this coat. I kind of want to actually wear it out. Like, it could make a legitimately nice, like, kind of spring coat. As I said, the shirt and the shorts didn't turn out as I'd planned. It's one of the unfortunate things about ordering fabric online. You never know if you're gonna get what you think you're getting. In future, if I have to get something online, I think I'll go for a website that's got lots of reviews so I can make sure what I'm getting is actually what I want. The shirt definitely would benefit from a heavier fabric, something like a stiff cotton that I could really press, because the collar especially was a little bit floopy. It didn't want to lie flat and it makes it look a little bit messy. The shorts aren't as bad though, I can get away with them. In the video I've mentioned that there was some weird pulling and stuff happening. I did unpick those darts and make them into pleats instead, and those issues just went, so it was just a case of those darts being there that weren't supposed to be there. The Gators I am super happy with. I have never made anything like that before, so I'm really pleased with how they turned out. There's some weird wrinkling going on the inside. I think usually they'd be cut a bit higher, but I didn't know that at the time. I still think they look really good though, and they give a really good effect. The accessories, they could definitely be better. I did paint the grenades a bit too bright of an orange and I tried to salvage it, but I think that's something that I would like to do again better. Maybe airbrushing would be a better technique. Also, the metal thing on the chain, it's cardboard. It looks like cardboard, you can tell it's cardboard. There's not a lot I can do about that. I think in future, if I was going to wear this outfit to, say, a Comic-Con or something, then I would remake the accessories. I'd also like to remake the little rat pouchy thing, because as adorable as that little rat is, I would ideally like something a bit more realistic. It just wasn't in my budget at the time. Overall though, I am so happy. I do think this is a success and I'm really pleased with myself that I managed to pull this off. The character is really fun and I do think she looks like she fits in the Bombshells universe. I think for my next few videos, I've got Christmas stuff coming up. I also want to go back to my 1880s project, so I think in my next video is probably going to be doing the bustle, and then I've also got a petticoat to make for that. Then Christmas things. There's been talk of Gunny Sack's Christmas thing, so I'd love to join in with that. There's also some other sewing challenges that I want to join in with, so keep an eye out for that. If you enjoyed this video and fancy giving it a like, it would be very much appreciated. I'm always open to your suggestions and constructive criticism, so anything you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to see more videos of me trying to make things, then why not subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified next time I upload a video. I do my very best to upload a new video every 2 weeks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!